TGO, Tom Gruenwald Outdoors, is brought to you by HT, premium ice tackle since 1974. Polar Fire Gear, this is how it's done. Tourism Saskatchewan, Canada's best freshwater fishing. Vexilar, ice fishing begins when you turn your Vexilar on. Kalispell, Montana, discovery in every direction. And these other fine sponsors.
Hello everyone and welcome to Tom Gruenwald Outdoors. I'm Tom Gruenwald. Today we're fishing in beautiful Vermont with my friend Jamie Vladeca, and I'll tell you, Jamie is called the fish hound and there's a reason for it. He's not afraid to go anywhere. We will cover the state of Vermont over the next couple of days. You know, we started out, we drove up to northern Vermont, got up near the St. Albans area on Lake Champlain, looking for white perch. And these white perch schools up in that area can be absolutely gigantic. There's rumors of people taking 1,000 pounds of fish over a long day. And of course, here in Vermont, those people are actually allowed to fish for those, not only because they're fun, but because they can commercially fish those. There isn't any limit. They can fill up a couple of bucketfuls of white perch, take those in, and end up paying for their trip just by selling that fish at the end of the day. We were trying to go up there and give it a try just because I thought, hey, white perch, Lake Champlain, what a great show. But we really didn't find any big schools of fish, and furthermore, we ran into some really bad weather. We were hoping to beat the rain. There was a cell to the north, a cell to the south. We were going to try to split the difference, hit a basin where we could catch some white perch in between, and that just didn't happen. So we've got lots of water here in Vermont. No worries. We got the fish hound along with us. Jamie says, hey, let's just make some moves. We've tried a couple of backwater areas here on Lake Champlain.
I don't know what it is. I haven't seen it yet. Let's get that transducer out of the hole.
There you go. Taking a little drag, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a little heavier than those usual perch and bluegills, isn't it?
You know, down here you never know. It could be a walleye, it could be a bass, it could be a pike. It's kind of fighting like maybe a bass staying down. A lot of weeds down there with this light line.
Just gotta take it easy with them, play them out, have some fun with it, right?
That's what it's all about, right?
You bet.
If they came to the hole and right out real quick, it'd be over and we'd be on to the next one. Geez, I don't know what it is.
Oh, lots of bubbles. I haven't seen a head yet.
Hope we get to see a look at it.
Boy, it's fun on that light tackle though, isn't it?
I love it.
The lighter rods and line. It's getting closer.
Oh,
there.
gonna see it here, are we?
Oh, it looks like it's a pike, I think.
It's a pike?
Yeah.
A toothy critter.
I just saw a tail. He kind of came along the corner of the hole. Oh yeah, that's a pike. Yeah, that's not a bad fish either.
All right.
Not on light line
Get
or
him?
plastic. Yeah. Come here, guy. Hold still.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
Hey, yeah. Nice job. Look where you got him. Look at that, right in the lip.
For light line, you can't ask for a better spot.
Couldn't get any better. And you got that HT tungsten, or Musca tungsten diamond.
Yeah.
And then you've got, that's one of the Mackie plastic tails on there you've got too, huh?
Yeah, that's a Mackie plastic spiky. And boy, with some of these match the hatch baits that are out now, you know, I barely ever, unless I'm fishing tip ups or whatever, fish with live bait. I'm 99.9% plastic now, and it's just amazing. And the results and the fish that you catch, it just speaks for itself. It really does.
There's so many different styles and colors. It just provides a lot of options. Really, really versatile way to fish.
Yep.
Yeah, nice job fighting that on that light tackle. I don't know if you got that hooked in there so tight, I might need a
Here, get a pair of hemostats
to get
here.
it out of there. It's right in the bone there. Yeah. No, that's beautiful. And you noticed how Jamie was fighting that fish, had that drag set just perfectly and just carefully played the fish, didn't horse him, especially when we got up near the hole. And there you go. Look at, you can get, just goes to prove to you, you can get big fish on light tackle. Just have to play them skilled, set the drag correctly, use the right gear. Beautiful fish, Jamie. Beautiful. I'll let this one go. Come on, girl.
Oh.
Gotta go down the hole. There, you're supposed to go down the hole, fish. Nice fish, Jamie.
Thanks, Tom.
You're watching TGO, Tom Gruenwald Outdoors.
So I'd like to tell you a little bit how I fish this plastic. And basically what I like to do is I just like to establish about 1/8 of an inch shimmy in that rod tip and just gradually work the bait upward slowly, maybe 6 to 8 inches. And then I'll do the same thing as I come back down, another 6 to 8 inches. What I'm trying to do is find out if that upward motion or the downward motion is more apt to trigger the fish. Now every day and every individual fish is different, so you do need to experiment and you need to continually experiment and keep focusing and keep concentrating. That light wiggle that I'm imparting on that jig is really important. It helps get those little tails wiggling and moving real subtly. It's funny though, those little tails actually get a little bit of current or any kind of movement down there, almost move on their own. So you can actually stop and pause occasionally as you're jigging too. If you got a fish moving, coming up on the bait, he's just kind of watching or biting light like that one just did, sometimes it helps to pause. Just let those little plastic tails work on their own. But keep experimenting, it's important. It'll help you catch more fish. Hey Jamie, I'm marking quite a few fish over here. I got a couple of smaller gills. You want to come over and pop a hole and give this a try? Maybe you can help me out here.
Okay. I'll go over here.
Hey, you just got a flag.
Yeah, we got a flag. See if we got the infamous white perch on here or not.
Just a little bit of movement. Got an angle there though.
Good. Do that for you. Oh yeah, it's off to the side.
Yeah, picked up a few weeds. He's there. It's not a big fish, but you do have something. Oh, it's a big yellow perch.
Oh, it's a big yellow. Nice perch. Yeah.
You know, this is really neat. These backwater or setback areas here on the Connecticut River. Now, I've caught a couple bluegills and a couple perch. We know there's whitefish, there's crappie, pike. I mean, you got quite a diverse fishery here.
I can't help but to say it again. I say it all the time. Is my favorite thing about the Connecticut River is not only do you not know what you're going to catch, but it's usually quality. I mean,
yeah.
Catch these all day long.
It's amazing the difference in the environments here. Lake Champlain, we had a lot of runoff, a lot of rain, and the water was starting to get dirty. And we were concerned about that and decided to come over here where the water's clearer. But that is really something that plays a big role in success ice fishing, doesn't it?
Typically, when that lake starts to mud up, it's time to look for a different spot to fish. Either head north or, head inland, or as I like to do, I like to come over here to the Connecticut River because it's another amazing fishery that we're blessed with. Let's see if we can go catch a couple more of these.
I'm ready, let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's learn something. Time for a TGO tackle tip.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to switch. See how this works out. One of the nice features of this new FLX 28 is the color select. I can go from 3 colors, from that green, the yellow, orange, and the red, to just yellow and red, and watch this. Now, you can really differentiate what's going on. You can see my lure, and you can see the snap swivel up above a lot easier because we eliminated that weak signal. All that green that's showing the particulate matter in the weeds is gone. It's a lot easier now to be able to see my lure and see fish and how they react to my bait. And that's key when I'm trying to fish in a situation like this.
Hey, how's it going, Tom?
Oh, it's going good. We're getting a few fish. I've got a nice mix. Perch, gills, sunfish. It's a good time.
Yeah.
I'm still marking some. Slow down a little bit here now with the sun coming up though.
Yeah, we've been keeping some more slush in the holes, just keeping that light from going down. But we've really picked this place apart. We've got some fish here, but there's a lot of spots just a little north of here. We're running pretty light today. I think we ought to just pick up real quick and head up there and finish off the rest of the day up there.
I'm all for it. I mean, now's the time to do it. This is a slower part of the day. We can pull these tip-ups, and we're pretty mobile. Why not? Let's go give it a shot.
Let's do it.
Okay, we'll try another spot right here on the Connecticut River.
More fishing action online at tgofishing.com.
We just moved over. We're trying another setback here on the Connecticut River. We did pretty well at the last spot. We caught a few nice perch, a few nice bluegills, a pike. It does pay to move and try some different things though, and we wanted to do something while the sun was bright and high. Tried to get over here in time for the evening bite. We're still looking at fairly high sun. Most of this water in here runs, again, 4 to 5 feet, typical setback or backwater area, and we do have some weed cover. So right now the fish I'm marking are down deep, and they're holding in those weeds, and I'm assuming that's because they're trying to stay in the shade. We don't have any appreciable ice thickness here. It's probably 6 or 8 inches thick, and we don't have any snow cover, so that sunlight is penetrating through, and those fish will stay low. Now as that sun starts to drop, our hope is that they'll come up, get active, and start feeding. There's one. There we go. There's some nice gills. Well, that's got a nice thick body on him. You see that? So that's a pretty nice gill right there, Jamie. What is your average size gill out here on these Connecticut River setbacks?
That's probably the average size right there. We get them a lot bigger than that. But you know, the ones that you tend to pull more often than not are around that size there, maybe just a touch bigger, but pretty good average actually.
Well, a really nice, well-conditioned fish. I'm gonna let this one go. Little perch. Baby crappie. Another nice gill. This is really an interesting area right here. This setback actually has where the old current channel must have cut in. It's kind of an oxbow type situation. The deepest water is right up against this steep bank. That's like 10 to 15 feet deep. The further we come here toward the middle of this, the more it shallows out and the more you move into weeds. So the farther out you go, the shallower it gets and the closer to the weeds you get. It's kind of interesting that we're catching most of these fish right now, not in the deeper water, but up into the weeds. Again, a lot of sunlight. It's keeping the fish down. They're just hiding in the cover, same thing that we'd do during the summertime. So we're just working along, trying to find pockets in those weeds where we can get our tungsten jigs right down amongst the weeds, working the plastics, catching a mixed bag, get some bluegills and some crappies. Hey, Jamie.
Hey, well, we got a low in the action. I want to show you something.
Sure.
Tell me if you notice anything different about my Vexilar.
Wow, that's a whole lot lighter. What'd you do differently?
Well, it's these new lithium batteries, man. They're a game changer. It's almost half the weight, charges quicker, lasts longer, and you know, these things are gonna last you 20 years.
You know, Jamie, that's just one more piece of the puzzle. You know, today's modern ice angler is efficient and mobile, and any little thing you can do to get yourself an edge is going to help you catch more fish. And having a lightweight battery like that to make it easier to carry your electronics around is a key piece of the puzzle. Well, Jamie, we're starting to kind of lose our light here a little bit, but that's okay. We'll probably still pick up a few more fish. Hey, we've had a nice mixed bag with bluegills and crappies, and caught a pike earlier at the other location. How does your day look tomorrow morning? I wouldn't mind.
Sorry.
Oh, hold on. Great. Hold on. Let me get this for you. Taking a little drag, huh?
Distracting when you got a big red coming up on the... I don't think this is a panfish here.
No, he's fighting harder than that. Ooh, it's a
What is
bass.
it? It's a bass?
It's a bass, yep. There you go. Aren't those fun on a light tackle? I love doing that.
Yeah.
So now you added another species to the mix, but as we were saying, I think it'd be fun to maybe go back out. We got a couple more hours in the morning. Weather's supposed to be decent. Got a spot you think we could give another try? Why not?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's definitely a few more spots. We got another day, so let's give her a go in the morning and see if we can't put some more fish up here.
Great. I'm gonna go back and do a little more jigging though, because that light's dropping down. It said golden time.
Oh yeah, this is prime time right here.
All right. Hey, nice bass.
Thanks.
There's more fishing action to come right here on TGO.
All right, well, we're having just a fantastic time here in Vermont. We've been working some different areas on Lake Champlain and also some backwater and setback areas on the Connecticut River. This area here is a nice area right up on Lake Champlain, and what we've got here is a sandbar that comes out into this backwater area, and there's some really, really nice sunfish and crappies that are holding on this spot here. And all we're gonna do is a little bit of hole hopping. We're just working tungsten jigs. Ooh, there was a bump right there. Tungsten jigs tipped with some plastics and spikes, combination of the two. Seems the sunfish are biting better on the spikes, and the crappies have been coming a little better on the plastics. So we're gonna mix it up a little bit, see what we can do here. Boy, these big sunfish are fun. They're so thick. Just thick bodied fish. Really, really bite lighters, but look at that beautiful yellow belly. You can tell it's a red ear sunfish. The red at the back of the gill plate there. Nice pretty blue marks from behind the eye. So that's our sunfish colors. Jamie just caught a
little small.
bluegill. Yeah, but you get the point. You can see it. It's an all blue gill plate. Doesn't have the light blue lines coming out from the mouth and behind the eye. And of course there's no red back there. Boy, they're pretty though, aren't they?
I see one on the Vex. You better get back down there.
I'm gonna go do that right now. I'm gonna let this one go.
Gotta straighten my bait out here a little bit. That's one thing too, is making sure that that jig is hanging nice and horizontal there. That makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, if you're using like a standard improved clinch knot, you want to slide that knot to the top of the eyelet so that the jig's hanging horizontally, and then keep that plastic fixed.
Yeah, I just got a nip there, and I pulled it down straight, and he wouldn't even come up and look at it after that. I pulled it out of the water, and he's already rising up on the Vex.
There's a smaller one, but well, these sunfish are so pretty.
Yeah,
we're getting them a whole lot bigger than this. But it's funny how many sunfish are in this one spot. Is there any reason that this is drawing so many sunfish, do you think, Jamie?
No, they typically come in here every year. The bite kind of slides around from different bay to different bay, and the fishermen follow them around, and there's really no rhyme or reason. It does tend to happen about the same time every year.
Another sunny. Now that one, I switched over. I've got this orange Marmuska diamond. It's a Marmuska tungsten diamond. And what's unique about this bait's got a crystal up in the front here, that sparkly crystal. Now, a day like today, now we got kind of subtle light that just throws off a little extra flash. So in addition to the color, you get a little bit of sparkle, and I think that helps draw fish. That seems to be working.
There he is.
Get him?
Big seed. Look at this seed. This is a,
this
is a good
fish.
Example
of
some of the quality fish that we got in here, Tom.
Isn't that beautiful? They're so thick-bodied right through here, and just the size of the head. I was telling folks before. I mean, these aren't bluegills. These are actual sunfish. They're not even a hybrid. It's really a sunfish, and that is a huge sunfish.
You know the crazy part?
What's that?
They get bigger. I gotta get back there. Two came up, and I only got one.
Beautiful. Wow, what a terrific trip. I'll tell you what, this area in Vermont is just fantastic. I'm really excited about it. You've got so much water and so many different species. We got Lake Champlain. It's a huge body of water, 127 miles long. You go out there, you can fish white perch. We've got pike. We've got pickerel, bluegills, crappies, perch, sunfish. And in the backwaters also, and the setbacks on the Connecticut River, just absolutely gorgeous backgrounds. Wonderful fishing. Now, we did have some weather problems. We got washed out when we went up to northern Lake Champlain trying for the white perch, but that's going to happen, right? Otherwise, the weather here's been fantastic. It's been in the high 30s, low 40s. It's almost like fishing late ice, and we've caught a lot of species, and we've caught some real good sized fish. I want to thank Jamie Valatica from Fish Hounds Guide Service, Dylan and Mike and the other guys who were so helpful here as we moved around trying to find these fish. We've had a very successful trip. I really enjoyed it here. If you're an ice angler, you want to try something different, you want to have an opportunity for multi-species action, and have someone that's going to be willing to move and put you on fish, boy, this is a great place to come, and Jamie's a great contact. I hope you enjoyed this trip to Vermont as much as I have, and no matter where we go, it's all ice fishing all the time, right here on TGO.
TGO has been brought to you by HT, premium ice tackle since 1974. Polar Fire Gear, this is how it's done. Tourism Saskatchewan, Canada's best freshwater fishing. Vexilar, ice fishing begins when you turn your Vexilar on. Kalispell, Montana, discovery in every direction. And these other fine sponsors. TGO, where it's all ice fishing all the time.